I'll be showing you how to do a quiz in the Moodle. Let's say you have created already a quiz. Those of you who are not aware how to do a quiz edition in your Moodle, you can just simply add an activity or resource, and then you have a quiz button here. Just click this radio button and add it. Okay. So once you add, you will have something like this to make things. So like say you can write a description. This quiz assesses you on say chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay. And then you can talk about the timing, when it will be available, when it will be closing, what is the time limit. We say 20 minutes. Okay. When time expires, you have three options here. You can choose this one, that is a way out. Like say if you want to give a grace period, you can give a grace of whatever minutes you have. Then in the grades, you can say grade to pass is 6 because we have 60% as the pass grade. Attempts allowed, if you don't want attempts, you can make it 0. Okay. But if you want attempts, you can give 2 attempts because this is the first time many students will be taking an online quiz. So I suggest allowing them with 2 attempts at least. And then you clearly mention that the grading method is last attempt. So this you can mention here in the description. This quiz assess you on chapter 1 and chapter 2. Anyhow, if you don't put also, it will come there in the thing. Then you have the layout. You can say that everything happens in one page, or for every question it will be a new page. Okay, you can do this. Or suppose you want to put in every new page, say 6 questions, 10 questions, something like this. So I suggest for every question make one page, because that will make the students focus on that question. And then if they want to go for the next question, they can go by clicking the next button. Then the question behavior, this is very important. We want them to shuffle within the questions, because there should not be a chance for the students to copy online. So everyone will have a different set of questions coming to them, and the choices will be different. And another important aspect I want to highlight is how questions behave. You can put a deferred feedback, right? Default is deferred feedback. If you don't have, then make it deferred feedback. The idea is the students, when they submit the question, they will not get whether it is right or wrong, right? Because we are giving a new question for every single page. So once they do that particular question, then the answer will appear whether it is wrong or right. So we don't want them to know before they submit the quiz. So we want them to finish off the entire quiz of say 10 questions or 15 questions, whatever you plan, and then go for it. And then in the review options, you can click something like this immediately after the attempt. Marks, you want to show them the marks. You don't want them to know whether it is correct or wrong, and you will not highlight the right answer. Or maybe because we are giving 2 chances, we don't want to highlight which one is correct or wrong. So once the quiz is finished, then we want to show them which one is correct, whether that one is right or wrong, and what is the right answer. Okay. Simply they may get an overall feedback. To give an overall feedback, you can just type here like say grade boundaries 100%, then we say excellent. Then you have, by default the grade boundaries will be only 2. You need to add more grade boundaries. Like say here I have added 3 more feedback options. So you can just say if it is 80% the grade boundary, that is from 60 to 80, in between, uh, we say it is very good. And if it is 60, we say satisfactory, but we suggest them to review the concepts and do your second attempt to further improve your grades. Okay, I think that's it. And then you can simply save and return to the course. So once you have the quiz done there, now we need to add questions to the quiz. So how to add the questions to the quiz which you have added as a activity for our students? So you can go to the settings, go to more settings, and then you have a question bank here. So you can go to the questions. So here, what I suggest is you use categories to manage your questions, because we are delivering quiz, right? And usually in our department, we have 2 chapters as one quiz. So we have 8 chapters. So 2 chapters, one quiz, another 2 chapters, another quiz, and we may not have a mid-exam maybe. So what I suggest is you divide the entire course into different quizzes, or maybe we can plan a mid-exam or a final exam depending on how it comes out. Anyhow, I'm just talking about how to do a quiz. So my category is, say, the questions which I'm going to upload belongs to, say, chapter 01 and chapter 02. So this will track how the question should appear in my quizzes. So since I have created a question bank of chapter 1 and chapter 2 already, so I create this category. Similarly, you can create a category which you feel. So I will divide my entire curriculum as something like this. Okay. So two chapters as one quiz. You see, this is being added here, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Okay. Then I have, say, chapter 5 and chapter 06. Or you can plan for an individual chapter quizzes. Chapter 07 and chapter 08. This is the final category. So once you have the categories listed, now we need to add the questions. So click to the category chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay, so let's go for importing. Click import, import questions from file. So there are several formats. Okay, so we will use Akin format, because Akin format is a simple, is a very simple way of creating multiple choice questions in any, whether it is a Blackboard or a Moodle or Canvas LMS. So there are some rules we need to follow. So let's say for this we need, first of all, questions ready for us. So I have already created a Word document which has multiple choice questions for chapter 1 and chapter 2. Let's see in the folder of quizzes. So you have this. So this is the Word template, and this is the template, Unicode template 8, that is in the text form. Okay, so it becomes a text document. So once you have the text document, so you are ready to upload it here. So choose the file format. Okay, so in the questions you are going for import, choose icon format, and then you can simply drop the file from here, this file, and drop it here. So you see that the file has been attached very fast, and then you go for import. Let's hope that it accepts all the 20 questions. So see, they have accepted importing 20 questions from file. So all have been accepted. So it starts with dash also. Okay, so everything is looks to be fine. Okay, so that's it. So now you just press continue. So you have all 20 questions in your quiz. Okay, this is not in your quiz, these are in the question bank. Now we can go to the quiz, back to the quiz. Okay, so go to your course and then click on quiz. Then it says no questions have been added yet. So we just say edit quiz. So you see attempts allowed is 2. The quiz will not be available until Tuesday 17th March because this is the time I have the quiz allocated for my students. The class starts at 10:30, so I put a 10 minutes grace for the students who can join late. Okay, and this quiz will close at Friday for those of them who has trouble with internet or other aspects. So I'm keeping the quiz open until this time. The time limit is 20 minutes for the quiz. So I want to put 10 questions from my question bank. Okay, the more the questions you create, so I want this to shuffle. So every time they make an attempt or every time a student takes the question, they will get a different set of questions from the question bank, and these questions will shuffle with the choices. That is A, B, C, D will be also shuffled. So let's add here. You can add a new question. Since we have a question bank, you can add from this, but since I want to make sure that nobody copies, so I put a random question. So how many random questions you want to bring in? So I want to bring these questions from chapter 1, okay, from this category. And I want to bring, say, 10 questions, okay, and then we say add random questions. So you have now random questions coming from all this. Now these questions have come in the main category, so we have to shift them to chapter 1. Okay, so this is the problem. So chapter 1, and then we say move. So first we need to select all these questions, select all the questions, choose where you want to move this, and then say move to. So all these questions should be moving to chapter 1. Okay, so you have all now 20 questions here, and now check in the main thing. Do you have the questions here? No. Okay, so that's it. So you have these questions, move to the chapter 1. I think now the quiz will work. Okay, because when we are choosing quiz for this, we said choose questions, random questions from this category. So now that category was empty. We have solved this problem by bringing the 20 questions in this category. So hopefully the quiz should work. So let's try and see how it looks. So you have the quiz here. Click on the quiz. And then it says attempts allowed is 2, the quiz, all this, time limit is 20 minutes. Now let's see, preview the quiz now. So it says the quiz has a time limit of 20 minutes. Time will count down from the moment you start your attempt and you must submit before it expires. Are you sure that you wish to start now? So let's start attempt. Yes, it works. So you have the quiz. You see, this is the question 1, and then you have all the questions which are listed, and it says this is the first attempt and the time left is being shown to you. Okay, so and then you choose the answer and then go for next page, right? So that's it. I hope this will be helpful for us to properly assess our students. Thank you. for listening patiently.